Kentucky?
Maybe she's paralyzed from all the bee stings.
I'm just taking in my surroundings.
Every sitcom lover remembers a favorite show that got axed just as it was finding its groove. The sting of an early cancellation still lingers for the fans who saw the magic building. Here's a countdown of 10 sitcoms that left the airwaves far too soon, but left a mark worth celebrating. Number 1. Police Squad from ABC. Let's go back to 1982, when TV screens flickered with the likes of Cheers and Family Ties, but one show sported a wit just a beat ahead of its time. That show was Police Squad, a gleefully chaotic spoof from the Zucker brothers. Imagine Leslie Nielsen in a precinct where every coffee sip set off a sight gag, and every line of dialogue triggered a blink-and-you'll-miss-it background joke. Debuting that March on ABC, Police Squad crammed more laughs into half an hour than most comedies managed in a season, tossing hypnosis, undercover disguises, and pratfalls together with breakneck speed. Yet for all its brilliance, ABC canceled it after only 6 episodes. Executives feared viewers, accustomed to broader, slower-paced sitcoms, couldn't keep up with the non-stop gags and lightning delivery. But Police Squad was never really about blending in. Its bold, relentless barrage of visual puns, deadpan narration, and ridiculous cold opens made it an instant cult legend. Even after its untimely ending, those 6 episodes became TV folklore, directly inspiring the blockbuster Naked Gun films throughout the late 88 and 90s, with Nielsen reprising his role as Frank Drebin. Somewhere, you can still hear the jazz theme blaring over a police cruiser barreling through absurdity. Police Squad may have vanished quickly from schedules, but it left a lasting mark, a testament that smart slapstick never truly gets old. Number 2. Pushing Daisies from ABC. A pie shop, a private eye, and one man who could raise the dead with a single touch. Pushing Daisies spun a fairy tale like no other on primetime television. In 2007, Brian Fuller's creation burst onto ABC with vibrant colors, painterly sets, and a tender romance that simmered between Ned, the shy pie maker played by Lee Pace, and his childhood sweetheart Chuck, portrayed by Anna Friel. Every episode mixed crime, comedy, and confectionery into a world where the extraordinary felt familiar, drawing viewers into mysteries solved through miracles and bittersweet longing. But even its most loyal fans remember the heartbreak when Pushing Daisies was cut down in its prime, lasting only 2 seasons before ABC pulled the plug in 2009. The abrupt end wasn't just due to low ratings. An industry-shaking writer's strike kneecapped momentum midway through season 1, leaving lingering cliffhangers and a yearning for resolution. Still, the show's Emmy-winning visuals and whimsical tone continued to inspire cult affection, with fans dissecting every unresolved relationship and fantastical thread. To this day, the kaleidoscopic glow and clever wit of Pushing Daisies linger in the minds of those who watched, like the fragrance of fresh pie cooling in a window long after sunset. Each rewatch is a sweet reminder of a TV world that was abruptly tucked away yet never truly forgotten. Number 3. My So-Called Life from ABC. The swirl of plaid shirts, aching confessions, and alterna rock soundtracks. Few shows captured adolescent uncertainty like My So-Called Life. Premiering on ABC in 1994, this short-lived series gave us Claire Danes as Angela Chase, a sensitive teen trying to find her place among crushes and chaos in suburban Pittsburgh. In just 19 episodes, Angela's inner monologues turned high school angst into high art, inspiring a cult following long after its abrupt finale. Behind the show's cancellation was a cocktail of mid-season rating struggles and Danes' own wish to preserve her focus on school as her career blossomed. Still, critics raved, and later generations of viewers found refuge in Angela's honesty. You can trace television's later coming-of-age classics, from Freaks and Geeks to Euphoria, back to the honest heartache and kerchief headbands of My So-Called Life. Whether it was the fluorescent hum of Liberty High's halls or Wilson Cruz's groundbreaking role as Ricky, the series pulsed with memories that never faded, even after ABC pulled the plug in early 1995. All these years later, Angela's voice, vulnerable, restless, real, still reverberates. Some stories burn bright but brief, and this one etched itself into the fabric of 90s nostalgia, making it essential viewing for anyone who ever felt just a little bit lost. Number 4. Happy Endings from ABC. Sharp wit, lightning-fast banter, and a Chicago friend group as messy as they were lovable. This was Happy Endings, the sparkling sitcom that lit up ABC's Wednesday nights starting in 2011. Over 3 seasons, viewers plunged headfirst into the misadventures of Max, Penny, Jane, Brad, Alex, and Dave, the kind of gang whose brunches felt like an invite to your own living room. Eliza Coupe and Adam Pally anchored the chaos, volleying punchlines and inside jokes with dizzying ease. But behind the laughter lurked a cold network reality. Shuffled schedule slots and lackluster promotional pushes made it hard for a broad audience to find, despite loyal fans clamoring for more. By spring of 2013, the last episode aired, its bittersweet finale arriving much too soon for devotees who traded gifts, live tweets, and even change. Org campaigns trying to keep the show on air. Yet, the market left remains indelible. Its layered callbacks and running gags, like Penny's catchphrase "I'm a zing," still echo in pop culture, referenced by those struck by its breezy mile-a-minute humor. A rewatch today is a reminder of friendships at their messiest, with all the snark, heart, and missed connections that made happy endings legendary. As the city lights flicker outside that familiar Chicago loft, you might still wonder, what if ABC had given them one more season? Number 5. Freaks and Geeks from NBC. Corded phones ring in dim, wood-paneled basements, the thrumming pulse of a high school dance in the air. This was the world of Freaks and Geeks. Premiering on NBC in 1999, the show captured the whiplash awkwardness and hidden joys of adolescence in a way no series had before. Set in a Detroit suburb during the 1980 to 1981 school year, its cast was a roll call of soon-to-be stars, including Linda Cardellini, James Franco, Seth Rogen, and Jason Segel. Judd Apatow and Paul Feig, the creative minds behind the series, crafted each episode with heartbreak and hilarity, from the pain of cafeteria exile to the triumph of a perfect mixtape. Yet all that honesty couldn't fight the pull of low ratings and NBC's uncertain scheduling. Jostled across time slots, Freaks and Geeks never found its mainstream audience and was canceled after just 18 episodes, despite its critical acclaim. The network cited budget constraints, but for fans, it felt like the loss of a friend who really understood what it meant to be an outsider. Today, Freaks and Geeks is celebrated as a cult classic, its scripts and soundtrack echoing in the memories of those who wanted just one more season. In that flickering school hallway, every viewer remembers what it felt like to almost fit in, and to know a good thing left too soon. Let's pause for a second. Which early 2000s show do you think was canceled before its time? Or maybe you remember the first time you watched Freaks and Geeks. Share your memories or favorites in the comments. Number 6. The Tick from Fox. Bright blue spandex and tongue-in-cheek heroics set the stage for one of television's quirkiest cult casualties. The Tick, which debuted on Fox in 2001, flipped superhero tropes inside out, with Peter Serafinowicz donning the antennae as the obliviously optimistic Tick. Alongside him, Griffin Newman played the nervous Arthur in Mothwings, with an ensemble that hit the absurdist tone squarely on the head. Critics loved the razor-sharp writing from Ben Edlund, who created not only the original comic but also shepherded the animated series before this live-action leap. Despite a pitch-perfect cast and a world brimming with villainous oddballs like Batmanuel and Captain Liberty, The Tick barely got off the ground. 9 episodes, just 9, were ever aired. Fox shuffled the show's time slot, and the marketing left casual viewers scratching their heads about whether this was camp parody or something entirely oddball. Meanwhile, passionate fans begged for more, their pleas echoing in nascent internet forums as the network quietly axed the show. The Tick himself was left hanging on a rooftop, heroic chin jutting toward a future that never arrived. Today, The Tick stands as a symbol for every offbeat show that deserved another shot. Those who remember can almost hear that booming spoon echoing through comic shop aisles and late-night reruns. Its memory lingers, a reminder that sometimes the boldest adventures are over far too soon. Number 7. Enlisted from Fox. Taps at sunrise, boots on the ground, and 3 brothers bumbling through their days on a Florida Army base. Enlisted felt like the sitcom you didn't know you needed. Premiering in January 2014 on Fox, the show starred Jeff Stoltz, Chris Lowell, and Parker Young, bringing sharp wit and surprising warmth to the barracks. While most military comedies go for broad gags, Enlisted mixed laugh-out-loud moments with a rare empathy for its underdog platoon. Real-life issues, sibling rivalry, loss, camaraderie, found room between the pranks and push-ups. Critics cheered, but the show faced an uphill battle. Its Friday night time slot was notorious for low ratings, and to make things worse, Fox aired much of its debut season completely out of order, fracturing character arcs and diluting emotional payoffs. Despite devoted fans and critical raves, Enlisted was cut down in May 2014 after just 13 episodes, most of them shuffled like a deck of playing cards. Its short run left viewers wanting more, especially when the cast's chemistry and heartfelt storytelling hinted at seasons of untapped potential. Today, reruns and streaming clips keep its memory alive, like echoes of reveille through quiet TV halls. As the final roll call sounded, Enlisted saluted and left, still missed, and still ready for more duty, if ever called back. Number 8. Don't Trust the Bee, in Apartment 23 from ABC. Sharp-tongued and unpredictable, Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 burst onto ABC in 2012 with a brashness that set it apart from its sitcom peers. Kristen Ritter dazzled as Chloe, the unapologetic frenemy causing chaos for the earnest June, played by Dreama Walker. The chemistry was electric, and the series thrived on its buzzsaw wit, fast-paced insults, and a surreal take on city roommate life. Add James Van Der Beek playing himself, an often clueless, always charming version, and you had a show that made every episode feel like a comic high-wire act. Despite glowing reviews and a loyal early audience, the series ran into trouble almost immediately. ABC tossed episodes out of order, shuffled time slots, and edited arcs, making it hard for even the most devoted fans to keep pace. After just 2 seasons, and with much of Season 2 left unaired stateside, the network quietly pulled the plug in January 2013. The show's cult following has only grown louder, trading memes and favorite quotes online, speculating on storylines left unresolved, if fate or network confidence had tipped just slightly in its favor. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 might have become a sitcom staple alongside New Girl or 30 Rock. The laughter was truly unlike anything else, and its echo still lingers for anyone who stuck around long enough to get in on the joke. Number 9. Better Off Ted from ABC. Industrial freezers that melt chicken, motion sensors that ignore anyone without enough melanin, a lab run by scientists who gleefully test out questionable products, Better Off Ted served up office comedy like nothing else on network TV. Filmed with a sleek, glass-walled aesthetic, this 2009 ABC gem introduced us to Viridian dynamics and its unflappable narrator, Ted Crisp, played with poker face charm by Jay Harrington. Creator Victor Fresco, also behind Andy Richter Controls the Universe, infused every episode with zippy dialogue and the kind of satire that made you wonder if your own company was one lunch memo away from science fiction. Despite a loyal band of admirers, Better Off Ted fell victim to bad timing. Rolled out in March 2009 with minimal promotion, shuffled through timeslot purgatory, and ultimately axed after just 2 seasons. The show dared to get weird in the best way, from Linda's vending machine heists to Portia de Rossi's brilliant turn as Veronica, an icy executive with a soft heart buried several floors deep. The writing skewered corporate absurdity, but not enough viewers found this quiet oddball amid a crowded lineup. Ask anyone who caught it. Better Off Ted was sharp, speedy, and years ahead of its time. Sometimes the best flavors don't get sampled before the kitchen closes. Yet, echoes of Viridian's warped workplace can still make you laugh out loud on a rewatch, or maybe just wince the next time HR sends out another announcement. Number 10. Terriers from FX. On a salty breeze from Ocean Beach, California, Terriers debuted in 2010 and immediately set itself apart as something special. Blending sharp wit with noir undertones, this FX series followed scrappy ex-cop Hank and reformed thief Britt, brought to life by Donald Logue and Michael Raymond James, as they scraped together a private eye business with nothing but guts, heart, and a heap of unresolved baggage. Critics buzzed with excitement, reviewers hailed its offbeat scripts and lively lived-in chemistry. But while those in the know adored Terriers, mainstream audiences barely gave it a sniff. Ratings were a trickle, not a flood, and FX canceled the show after just 1 tightly spun season. Why did Terriers vanish so quickly? Some blame that head-scratcher of a title. Others point to a lack of big-name stars and a marketing campaign that hardly told you what the show was really about. Still, word of mouth kept simmering. Over a decade later, it's praised as one of TV's smartest lost treasures, proof that lightning can strike in just 13 episodes. There's a wistful kind of joy in rewatching Hank and Britt's messy adventures, a sense that for a little while, the underdogs really did win. Now, imagine what stories might have emerged if only they'd been given a second round.